Hello, welcome. So if you've been on my channel recently, you know I'm a little behind on boxes and I have some old ones, but we're gonna catch up now. We're gonna catch up this week. It's gonna happen. So today we're gonna open my April book of the month box because my March one and my February one, I'm behind, but you know, we're gonna get caught up. So, April Book of the Month Club box. So if you don't already know, the Book of the Month Club, you pick between, I guess you could pick as many as you want, but the standard like $15 that you pay gets you one hardcover book, and you can add on other books for like $10, I think, if you wanted to read more than one of them, and I think you can add on as many as you want because they have like an online bookstore as well. And if you don't like any of the books that they are putting up for the month, you can pick like a previous book from a different month, or you can just save your credit and just do next month and skip a month. So the options for the April Book of the Month books were, let's see, one was called What Comes After by Joanne Tompkins, and I think that that one is an early release. No, it's a debut. It's a debut book, and it's about grieving. I think there's like a small town and two young boys in the community die or are killed. Something happens and they are deceased, and then the whole town is like disrupted. It's a small community and it just follows their grieving process. So that is probably not a lighter read. That's going to be a little bit more intense for a contemporary fiction. I did not choose that one. So the next one, which I almost did pick because it sounded like it would be kind of fun, it's called Arsenic and Adobo, and it's by Mia Mensanala. I can't say her name. I'm so sorry. I'll put a picture of her book right here. But it's a mystery, and basically her ex-boyfriend gets murdered in her restaurant, and then they find out that he was poisoned. And if it's your ex dying in your restaurant, naturally you become a suspect, and she wants to clear her name. So I think she gets her little detective hat on and tries to figure it out because she's like, I didn't do it. So I don't know if she did do it. I haven't read the book, but if she's working so hard to clear her name, she probably didn't do it. At least that's what I'm thinking. But the title, it makes me laugh because there's this really old movie called Arsenic and Old Lace, and it's about these two like little spinster grandma ladies that like invite bachelors into their home and then they murder them all with poisoned wine. But they're like crazy and they don't think they're murdering them, and they're putting them in the basement. It's like nuts. But they're like saving them. They're crazy, but it was like a funny old movie, and the title makes me think of that, so I just feel like it's probably gonna follow that if it's got a similar title. I don't know. Maybe she's seen that movie too, the author, and was like, this is funny, how can we make this modern? The book after that, I also kind of want to read this one too because I really like historical fiction. It's called Liberty, and it's by Caitlin Greenidge, I think, and it's set in 1800s New York City, and I think it's about a girl trying her best to make her way up in the world, and that looks like it could be pretty good. The cover art is also very pretty. Like, I just, like, you don't judge a book by its cover, but I like the cover of this book. It's very pretty art, if you ask me. So I might look into reading that one later. Option number 4 was The People We Meet on Vacation, and I think it's supposed to be a romance, maybe like a rom-com kind of funny book, and it's by Emily Henry, and I guess the title kind of gives it all away, but it's an early release, and I think that that's like the third time that that author has been featured in Book of the Month Club, and it's about a girl who meets guys on vacation. So I guess you can kind of see where it goes from there. So the book that I chose in my box here, same setup. You've got Great Taste, Book of the Month Club. This time the bookmark says mark as unread. Okay. And I've got The Hunting Wives by May Cobb. So this is what I chose. It's a pretty thick book, and on the inside, so it says on the inside of the cover that the regular retail is $26. So, you know, my $15 investment in this book has already paid off. And it says that the hunting wives share more than target practice, martinis, and bad behavior in this novel of obsession, seduction, and murder. I'll just read you guys the book jacket really quick. It says that Sophie O'Neill left behind an envy-inspiring career and a stressful competitive life of big city Chicago to settle down with her husband and young son in small Texas towns. It seems like the perfect life with a beautiful home in an idyllic rural community, but Sophie soon realizes that life is now too quiet, and she's bored and restless. She then meets Margaret Banks, an alluring socialite who has been part of an elite clique secretly known as the Hunting Wives. Sophie is completely drawn into Margaret and is swept into her mysterious world of late-night target practice and dangerous partying. As Sophie's curiosity gives way to full-blown obsessions, she slips further away from the safety of her family and deeper into a nest of vipers. When the body of a teenage girl is discovered in the woods of the Hunting Wives' party spot, Sophie finds herself in the middle of a murder investigation and her life begins to spiral out of control. And we'll read super quick about the author. May Cobb earned her master's in literature from San Francisco State University, and her essays and interviews have appeared in The Washington Post, The Rumpus, Edible Austin, and Austin Monthly. Her debut novel, Big Woods, won multiple awards, and she's a Texas native and lives in Austin with her family. So this one looks like it's going to be kind of like fun. I don't know. I'm looking forward to reading this one. But those are all of the options that you could have chosen. If you don't like any of these books, you could save the credit like I said earlier. And if you wanted to try more than one of them, I mean, I definitely would check them out at the library myself. But I mean, you could go out and purchase them new as well off of their website, or you can like save the credit and skip next month and go back and get one of these ones. So we'll see. I kind of want to read a couple of the other ones from this month as well though. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to stop by and watch this video. I really, really appreciate it. If you could take just a moment to hit like or subscribe, it just makes my day. And until I have another video up, I'll talk to you guys all later. Bye!